So we all know Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, he nominated a very questionable person as the Surgeon General of the state, but it's probably not very surprising because he's just falling in line for exactly what we want Ron DeSantis to do when it comes to masking, vaccinations. His name is Dr. Joseph Ladapo. He's a physician and a professor at the University of Florida College of Medicine. Again, a physician and a professor at the University of Florida College of Medicine. Keep that in mind. So although he is this doctor, he's not very big on answering questions. So he was going through the confirmation process, and they asked him a few scientific questions. Let's see if he believes in that. Watch.
Do you believe vaccines work?
You're recognized for a series of answers.
Thank you, Senator. I consider vaccines in the same way that I consider other medical therapies. What we care about clinically is whether they are safe and effective. And that is the lens through which I evaluate all medical therapies.
Do you believe that vaccines in fighting against a pandemic like COVID-19 are effective?
You're recognized.
Thank you for your question, Senator. So again, I would say that the question is a scientific one, and it's one that is answered with data. So the question is informed by data on on specific outcomes and specific therapies. So that's the scientific question.
Mr. Chair, just a couple more follow-ups. Just a yes or no. Do vaccines work in fighting against COVID-19? Yes or no?
You're recognized.
Okay. Senator, I as a scientist, I am compelled to answer the scientific question. And I'd be happy to answer any specific scientific question that you have related to vaccines and COVID-19.
Scientifically, do the vaccines work against preventing COVID-19? Yes or no?
Recognized.
Okay. Well, thank you again, Senator. So, yes or no questions are not that easy to find in science.
Really? So he went through several delay tactics, and that was extraordinarily awkward and very telling, by the way. He did answer the question. No, I don't believe in science. No, or actually, if I do, I'm not allowed to say so, or else I won't be standing here in front of you, because that's not what Ron DeSantis brought me in here for. He brought me in here to say that science doesn't exist. He brought me here to say that, yeah, those masks and vaccines, they don't work, from a doctor and a medical professor. That's me. So by the way, that was from January 27th, his confirmation hearing, and those kinds of answers and those kinds of delays, which again, I wrote down multiple delays he wrote. Thank you, Senator. That's one delay many people always say when they don't want to answer the question. Thank you for your question again, Senator. And again, thank you, Senator. No, actually, he's not thanking her. He's like, how do I find a new way to not answer this question? And that last part he said was, in science, yes or no questions are hard to come by. No. In politics, yes or no answers are hard to come by. And that's what you're being, a politician, because you're working for one who's just trying to continue to push the same narrative so you can continue to get back in office, maybe run for president one day, and you're just the assist. Man, this is embarrassing. It's entirely embarrassing. But he has a history in the background when it comes to these things. So I'm sorry, some Democratic senators walked out. Let's look at that tweet really fast from the Florida Senate Democrats, because they were tired of hearing a lot of nothing from him. So they said they abstained and walked out from this sham of a confirmation hearing. Senate Democrats know Floridians deserve better than a doctor of disinformation as the top public health official of the state. Yes, they know. So by the way, this guy has background, as I pointed it out. He also was upset and made other folks upset when in October, he was asked to leave a meeting for not wearing a mask. And the Democratic senator there in the state, Tina Polsky, had to tell him why she needed him to wear the mask, as if you need to explain to someone. Let's go to some of these details from that. So Florida's top health official was asked to leave that meeting, this is back in October, after refusing to wear a mask at the office of a state senator who told him she had a serious medical condition. Now, these are some of those things, you can leave this up, you guys. This is one of those things where that they're talking about why people shouldn't get vaccinated. Because some people have these medical conditions. She said, I have a medical condition. Anyways, Senator Polsky told the AP that Ladapo and 2 aides were offered masks and asked to wear them when they arrived for the Wednesday meeting. She did not tell them that she had breast cancer, but that she had a serious condition. Polsky, who represents parts of Broward and Palm Beach, had not yet made her breast cancer diagnosis public. She doesn't have to. Why does she have to explain to you what specifically her medical condition is that doesn't allow her to have you breathing in her face in the time when she can't afford to catch this? No one can afford to catch this. I don't think anyone wants that inconvenience, but specifically in these cases, why does being an anti-masker and anti-vaxxer mean you have to then tell everyone else, I get to make you sick? She said she has a medical condition. She shouldn't have to make it public. It's a breast cancer medical condition and a diagnosis. Why does that have to be something that you get to control? I thought we're supposed to be in control of our own medical histories and oh man, my hippo rights, as they keep saying. This is annoying. So this is the guy that we keep seeing here, going through these ins and outs and back and forth and thinking he's slick. It's obvious that he doesn't know what he's doing and doesn't care to. Lastly, I want to point out that let's jump down to this fourth graph, you guys, because there was a former supervisor when he worked at UCLA, and he was asked what he thinks about this doctor having any other kind of position where he's in charge. Let's look at that. No. In my opinion, the people of Florida would be better served by a Surgeon General who grounds his policy decisions and recommendations in the best scientific evidence rather than opinions. I think he's way ahead of it. The supervisor also noted that Ladapo's outspoken resistance to various coronavirus mandates, saying Ladapo had, quote, created stress and acrimony at UCLA. Yeah, I think those are things that Ron DeSantis saw and he was like, this is my guy. I need a puppet like this. And there he is, strings attached, not answering questions. I think we all know what he really believes. Just say it, just say it. I'm here to make sure that we don't do anything. Just say it, that's what you're there for.